Hi, my name is Carly Schutzman, and I will be presenting Huntington's disease. So to begin, I wanted to give a brief breakdown on what the disease is. So it is a rare disease that causes the progressive breakdown of nerve cells in the brain. So it has a large impact on people's function abilities, so like moving, thinking, talking, and mental health. Both men and women can get Huntington's disease, and it is passed down genetically from a parent. And currently, it is pretty rare, so more than 15,000 Americans currently do have it, but in the grand scheme of things, that is a rare disease. So for the symptoms, I broke it down between early on and as the disease progresses because it is a progressive disease. So early on, people have trouble concentrating, they have lapses in their memory, psychiatric like mental health, depression, anxiety, and clumsiness or stumbling because they're starting to lose bodily function, and then mood swings along with the psychiatric. And as the disease progresses, bodily movements are more jerky, unsteady, slow, difficulty speaking along with difficulty swallowing. So a lot of people slur their words, are really difficult with sentence structure. Personality changes has been seen. So some people say that their entire personality changes. And eventually they do lose the ability to walk, stand up, go to the bathroom, shower on their own independently at all. So what causes Huntington's disease? It is a genetic mutation, so it is a defect on just one gene. The result of this defect is the cytosine, adenine, and guanine building blocks of DNA to repeat many more times than is normal. In the photo that I posted on this slide, you can see the top gene is a normal gene, and the second one is a Huntington gene, so you can see that there's, like it says, triple repeat of the DNA mutation. And any child of a parent carrying the Huntington's gene has a 50% chance of inheriting the gene. So it is caused by mutation. So as I briefly mentioned earlier, it is inherited by parent to child because it is genetics. So a parent who has the gene has a 50% chance of passing it down to each of their potential children. So as you can see in the photo that I posted, one parent has the mutation, one does not. They have 3 children, 2 of which have the mutation, 1 of which does not, and then so on and so forth. They pass it on, 50% chance of passing it on to their children as well. Obviously, the couple who both have the mutation, 100% gave all of their children the mutation as well, the gene. It is an inherited difference in a single gene, so just one genetic mutation on one gene. It is an autosomal dominant disorder, meaning that a person needs only one copy of the gene to develop the disorder, like I mentioned briefly prior. So as that you saw on the first slide, I posted that there was other disorders correlated, so those being psychiatric and cognitive. Psychiatric is mental well-being, so a lot of people show early signs of mental health decline. So feelings of irritability, sadness or apathy, social withdrawal, insomnia, fatigue and loss of energy, and frequent thoughts of death, dying, or suicide is very common. Cognitive difficulty organizing, lack of behavior control, lack of impulse control, lack of awareness. A lot of people say that they cannot find words, so inability of sentence structure and difficulty in learning new things are all early signs and disorders correlated. So the diagnosis, the only way to diagnose it or to truly find the genetic mutation is genetic testing. So that is available now in today's technology. People who are at risk, like have had parents in it in the past, are able to get the genetic testing prior to symptoms occurring. Neurological examination also is in the diagnosis process. So a neurologist will conduct simple tests based on motor symptoms, sensory symptoms, and psychiatric symptoms. So those all have to do with reflexes, touch, eyesight, hearing, and psychiatric symptoms, like I mentioned before, mental health. So the treatment, there's no current cure or anything to reverse symptoms once they've begun. Different medications have been proven to improve mobility. So xanazine and Austedo are proven drugs to help with mobility. Antidepressants, antipsychotics, and mood stabilizing drugs have all been proven to help with psychiatric well-being. The prognosis, unfortunately, there is no cure, so people with Huntington's usually die within 10 to 30 years following symptom onset. Most commonly, the deaths are actually because of infection like pneumonia or falls related to the mobility issues. All right, thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned a lot about Huntington's disease.